Welcome to Mastery in the Making, a fresh new podcast by Cordon Bleu Australia. Join us as we deep dive into the minds of industry experts, entrepreneurs, and the voices of Cordon Bleu, the world's leading education provider in culinary arts and hospitality management. From expert lecturers to our incredible students and alumni, we'll uncover the secrets, stories, and skills that make this industry a world of endless possibilities. So, if you're a seasoned chef, aspiring hotelier, or simply want to keep your finger on the pulse, consider this your ultimate guide to culinary and business innovation. I'm your host, Stephanie Valudos, and welcome to Mastery in the Making. Welcome back to another episode of Mastery in the Making. Today we're joined by Adelaide alumnus Gunawan Wu, whose Insta-worthy desserts have caught the attention of foodies across the globe. After graduating in 2014 with an advanced diploma of hospitality management, Gunawan soared to success, working alongside notable figures in the industry, including Marco Pierre White. Now, back home in Indonesia, he's a food and beverage consultant, international chef instructor, and the owner of Gazos Cafe and Restaurant on Batam Island. Hello, Gunawan, and thank you for joining us all the way from Indonesia.
Hello, Steph.
Thank you for coming here. Now, when was the last time you came to Australia? Has it been a while?
It was 2 years ago. Yeah. So I left Australia 2021, end of 2021. Then back again 2022, just to check out.
Yeah. What keeps you coming back here to Australia?
Well, I think Australia is still a home to me, and most of my friends and everyone still here. So I'm still coming and keeping in touch with the industry. I think very important. That's why I still coming back. Whenever I got chance.
Yeah, nice. So you're originally from Indonesia. You came over to Australia to study patisserie at Le Cordon Bleu here in Adelaide. What was that like for you?
Well, I think it's kind of a dream come true. Why I say it like a dream come true? Because it's really hard to convince my dad to study patisserie, especially in Australia, right? He always asks me, what is patisserie? I say, making cakes. And he just like, why don't you just studying in the market? Like, I know somebody know how to make cakes. I say, no, that it's not that kind of cake. I want something more than that. And I was like, why don't you go to big city like Jakarta? I was like, no, I want to see different things. Then, he actually never supported me. I need to borrow money from my siblings, and then I just moved to Australia and I get to do this. And I think that's a big dream come true. Yes.
So why did you choose Australia in particular?
Why Australia? Because I think Australia is a really diverse country. You can meet a lot of different people. To me, community is really important for me, like learning different kind of food, because food gather people, but also I believe my tongue is a knowledge. So by eating a lot of different type of foods from different community, it's inspired me to do a lot of different things. That's why I choose Australia.
Yeah, beautiful. And now you did the Cert 3, Cert 4, and then you made your way through to the advanced diploma. Tell us a little bit about your experience studying patisserie with us.
It was something that I don't know, like I never made macarons before, right? So I've been doing a lot of sponge cake back home, making for friends for birthday and all that. Sometimes, you get that cocky kind of feeling, I can do everything. I just follow recipe and I can do it. So then I just read this macarons. During that time, YouTube wasn't the big thing. So you can't really get the access on watching tutorial on how to make a lot of different things. So I just read the recipe and I tried to make it, and it was disaster. And that's when I realized I need to learn more. It's not just like, I can just read recipe and can do everything. I need to learn the basic. I need to learn from the master. So, yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Was it easy adjusting to the Australian lifestyle, obviously coming from Indonesia?
At first, it was a bit awkward because in Indonesia, we address someone older with like, hi uncle, auntie, and all that. So it's just a bit awkward when I met my friend's mom. She just like, just call my name. And I was like, at first I call her, hi auntie. And it's like, I'm not your auntie. And it just surprised. And then I started to adjusting to the culture and I actually enjoying it. So it wasn't that hard because everybody's so friendly. So that's why I've been living here for 10 years.
Yeah.
I enjoy it so much.
Yeah. And now I'm sure you greet people by just saying, g'day, mate.
Yeah. How's it going?
Yeah. We're very laid back and relaxed, which is nice. Now, since graduating, you've won many awards and your recipes have been featured in cookbooks and in magazines as well. What would you say your biggest achievement is to date?
Well, I think many people might thought winning competition, feature in cookbook is one of my biggest achievement. But for me, to make my dad believe in what I do, believe in what my passion is, I think that's the biggest achievement because when I first started doing all this, he just wanting me to do like being a doctor, lawyer and all that. He just like, oh, the career wasn't good for you,
Why do you think that is? Like, why do you think he wasn't supportive from the get-go?
I think he just want the best for you, I believe every parents want the best for the kids, but it doesn't mean it will be the best for the kids itself as well. Because we are the one who having our life, we know what we want. So he just want the best for me. But I was younger and I thought he just never support me. So yeah, I just have to prove it. I keep working hard. I'm glad where I'm today. So I actually say thank you to him. Yeah. He made it so hard that I push harder and I'm here today. Yeah. So yeah, I'm actually very happy with that.
Yeah. How does he feel now after seeing everything that you've achieved?
I think he's like an alpha male kind of guy. So he wouldn't say sorry or he would say proud. But you can see from his expression, I knew that outside he's been telling different people that, hey, my son is a chef in Australia and all that. I think that's kind of things that I want to hear, and that's kind of like achievement for somebody that never believed in you and then now he's your biggest supporter. Yeah. And I think that's the biggest achievement for me.
You should be very proud. That's, wonderful. Now, you're quite well known for your creative and bold desserts. We're talking tom yum macarons. I've got here chicken satay macarons as well. Watermelon tacos, all very out of the ordinary desserts. Where does your inspiration come from when creating such dishes?
Well, come to kind of like macarons at first, right? A lot of people that I know hates macarons, and I just came to Australia to learn these macarons. And everybody say I don't like macarons, and like, why? It's too sweet. So it come to my mind about Chinese food. There is sweet savory, sweet sour pork, sweet spicy beef. And I was like, why can't I do that in my dessert? So I take some sweetness and I put some savory in it. So I started with the tom yum macarons, then evolved to nachos macarons, Indomie goreng macarons, fried chicken macarons, and a lot of different macarons. And yeah, inspiration always happened like I talk to you, meeting a lot of different people, seeing different things. So I love to travel, and that's helped to inspire me what I'm doing. So in 2017, I was a head chef in Second and Six, and that's where I challenged myself making different dessert every week. So there is one of my recipe got featured in the Cordon Bleu alumni cookbook. It's called Forbidden Tree. That's actually a tree in front of Second and Six in Peel Street.
And that's a dessert.
That's
bar?
a dessert.
Yes.
No, it's actually a bar, but because of my specialty, it sounds like a dessert bar, right? That's actually a season change inspiration. During that time, I was thinking about how am I going to make a dessert from autumn towards towards winter. And then I thought of making this Forbidden Tree with the fairy floss on top. Most of my customers like, oh my God, fairy floss. And took the fairy floss first, so they thought that was a dessert, and then it will refill the bolt tree, and that's represent the winter. And then they will get another surprise when they cut into the pot. Inside it is actually a raspberry chocolate mousse, raspberry jelly, and a sponge cake. So
Wow.
there is a double surprise
Mhm.
that I'm giving the experience to them.
Yeah. Patisserie, from your point of view, it's an art form.
Yes.
Yes. How do you sort of envision how those desserts will look on a plate? Do you do sketches? Like what's your thought process?
I think it's true imagination, right? I saw a plate like a blank canvas. So at first, to me, arts come from colors. So you draw colors through it. Then it evolves into shape. How am I going to shape it to look it pretty? I think by the time from graduating till now, it evolves another arts to me. There is three forms of arts for me in patisserie. It's flavors. How are you going to combine all the flavors to be a harmony? Because a lot of people's trying so much to make it pretty. Each element is good by itself, but when you eat all together, it just doesn't fit, or it just doesn't harmony. So I find that that's three things that I'm looking at doing arts in my plates.
At the moment, you're juggling being a food consultant, a chef, instructor,
Yep.
but you also run your own business as well. How on earth do you juggle all of those three elements?
Sometimes I wonder how, but I think you just do it. You just do it while you still can. With my restaurants, I believe in the most of my staff, mostly young people. I've been training them. I give all my recipes. There is no secret there. So all standard recipe, you just want people to follow that SOP, and that's it. Doing some trial. I went to Bali. I went to Jakarta to do master classes for a few days, and the restaurant's still running. So yeah, that's where I know that I can go further than that. So it helps me to do all these master classes, consulting in different places. Actually, it helps the restaurants as well, because people get the credibility. This guy has been doing a lot outside. So yeah.
Is there one particular job that you love more than the other?
I think teaching is one of my biggest passion right now. Like, I love to share.
Beautiful. What's the main piece of advice you would give to someone who might be thinking of studying patisserie or perhaps opening their own business?
Well, definitely I say you should go study, because you can't run before you learn how to walk, right? So everybody was like, oh, you're a genius. You can make these tom yum macarons. You can do all these weird stuff or something fancy stuff. But they didn't know that I actually learned from the basic, and we evolved that. It's all come back to our individual, like how we think about food. But the basic is very necessary. Like, we need to learn this basic before we can do all this fancy stuff. So yes, if you're about to go, you need to go study first. Even though if you want to start your own business, what I learned a lot during my advanced diploma as well. So certificate 3, I learned a lot about the basic, how I'm making all this dessert. But in advanced diploma, I learned how to manage people. I learned how to make a cost, costing, and then run a restaurants, things like that. So it's a whole package. If you just want to work in patisserie, work under people without running a business, you can, you still can do it. But if you want to go for running a business, is not as simple as I just know how to cook or I know how to make this. There is a lot more than that. So yes, school actually really helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think Le Cordon Bleu has helped accelerate your career?
Definitely. I think in Le Cordon Bleu, they not just giving you a basic skills, but it's also the connections. Le Cordon Bleu working together with a lot of industries out there. So I think connections really helps in industry. Without this, you can't accelerate that far. Yeah.
Yeah. And how did you feel about the teachers that you had? I know you've got some really fond memories of a certain Paul.
Yes, Paul Gillis. Yes, Paul Gillis is one of my mentor. But to me, even until today, we still keeping in touch. He's more than a lecturer to me. I think he's more than a mentor. He's like a best friend or a father figure when I was still studying. Because when I came here, I was alone. He always support me, and I did a lot of competitions. Right, he's one of the guy who always support me. And one thing funny that 2016 we did this Patissier of the Year. He tricked me into it. He tricked me into it. He just called me. He was like, "Hey, you want to join this competition?" I was like, "I don't think I'm up for it because I just graduated. Who am I, Patissier of the Year." And then he was like, "Look, I'm joining this as well. You should join too." I was like, I thought like, all right, I just joined, just for the experience, but I will never beat Paul,
And
I'll
he
just
wasn't
join.
even participating. So he
And
tricked you.
I got into interview and all that, and finally I was in. I was so happy, and I called him, "Hey, I was in." And did you get interview and all that? And I was like, I actually never apply. I
That's
was like,
so cheeky.
Paul. But that's changed me a lot. Patissier of the Year, it's one of the stepping stone that accelerate my career as well.
So did you end up winning that competition,
I
or
won
how'd you
People
go?
Choice Award for tarts.
Fantastic.
And I think the whole Cordon Bleu lecturers in Adelaide and also in Sydney, they were supporting me. I was touched because look, I'm an alumni. I'm not a current student. I don't pay school fee anymore. I'm not the paying customers. I'm alumni. I don't I don't give you any money anymore. But they are there like, "Hey, Gunawan, we are here to support you." They provide places. And they actually support me until Sydney. They tried to get me a place for me to train in Sydney as well. Yeah, I got a lot of support, and I felt like, hey, I just graduated from Le Cordon Bleu, but I still feel like a family. I'm still part of the family. That's why I was so happy about it. Like, I wouldn't get that winning things without this support as well. So I'm very grateful. Yes.
And back home in Indonesia with your restaurant, do people know that you studied at Le Cordon Bleu? How do they react when they find out you're an Le Cordon Bleu alumni?
I think people have this kind of a thought of Le Cordon Bleu alumni always success, always doing a very good things. So everybody asks me, "Hey, your food is good. Where did you study culinary?" I say, "Yes, I studied culinary." And everybody, before I even said where I studied, and they're like, "Did you study in Le Cordon Bleu?" And I was like, "Yes, how did you know that?" "Oh, yes, no wonder. Now I know why the food is so good." I was like, wow, it's the school impact that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to me, I learned a lot from basic and all that. And that's shown in my products in restaurants. And then Le Cordon Bleu sent me these stickers of "We are proud of you" as an alumni, and I proudly stick that on my restaurants. And you can see in my Instagram, in Gazos Instagram, we posted that we are very proud as a LCB alumni.
Aww.
Yeah, because most of our customer always came and they're like, "Oh, you're from Le Cordon Bleu. No wonder all the food is good and all that." I think that's one of the reason people had that credibility, like people believe in what you do. Yes.
Yeah, you've been trained by the best. What's next for Gunawan? Where do you see yourself in 5, maybe 10 years from now?
Well, recently I just opened another restaurant.
Oh.
It's just a month ago.
Really?
Yes.
Tell us more.
I just recently opened Indonesian food. It's called Noe, Noe. It's all words of the OE, actually you in the all words of Indonesian. So it's actually Nusantara. Nusantara means like, Indonesian in general. The reason I opened that because there's a lot of people that came to Gazos in Batam requested for rice, sambal, the chili sauce and all that. But I can't change my concept just because of the customer demand. It doesn't mean I don't hear the demand, right? But I just can't change my concept. So I started the second restaurants and it was hit. I was surprised, before I came here, I was so tired for flying to Australia right now because last weekend, we were packed.
Oh, wow.
We were packed like crazy.
Yeah, wow.
And both restaurants are full.
Are they locals? Are they tourists?
So
who is your clientele?
in Gazos, 80% of my customers are tourists, but slowly I get a lot of support from locals. I think because we get known now, people start to understand the quality. But yeah, I love both of my customers from locals and tourists. And when I opened this Nusantara, there is a lot of locals customers came to support. But then slowly, all these tourists starting to swarm in as well. So I was surprised. I was like, wow, this is good. And, that made me start thinking of my third restaurant.
Wow.
Yes. I always have this mind that I want to do a few different concepts, but I'm not going to combine everything in one. So I'm just going to separate it, different concept, and we'll go for different target market as well.
Yeah, amazing. And will that third restaurant also be in Indonesia? Are you looking further afield?
Well, we'll see. Stay
tuned.
I'm looking at Batam Island, Bali, or even Australia.
Wow.
So yeah, we'll see.
Oh, well, hopefully we'll see a bit more of you then.
Yes.
Awesome. Oh, well, thank you so much, Gunawan, for joining us today. It's been a pleasure to chat with you and hear your story, and all the best with what is to come.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Mastery in the Making. If you found this discussion interesting and inspiring, don't forget to share, subscribe, or tell a friend. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.